morning, everyone. You know what time it is now. It is time for Ron, the car guy from Westside Auto Pros. Couple of topics to get to first thing here today. And first and foremost, with the heat we've had the last couple of days, Jackie, Ron, you're noticing something happening to vehicles.
It's shocking news. We are seeing a lot of battery failures.
Actually, unshocking news.
Unshocking news, absolutely, absolutely.
And let's repeat it to everybody. We learned from Ron the Car Guy about the life expectancy of a battery in the state of Iowa. He's done some research, and he's figured out how long batteries last here, because they don't last forever. So Ron the Car Guy, how long does an average car battery last in Iowa?
4 years and 2 months.
That's it.
That's it. That's average.
Now remind me, is there a born-on date on our battery so we could check?
There is. It's usually stamped in the side of the case, and then also sometimes there's a sticker on there, and it will have a letter and a number. So if you saw something that was like A1, that would be January of 2011.
11, okay.
Exactly. So the letter's the month, and then the number is the last part of the year.
And with this heat we've had over the past couple of days, it could be killing batteries left and right. And it does happen. It happened to Chick's Mustang. She doesn't even use it that much, but the heat killed the battery.
Yep.
And how old was it, Ron?
It was 4 years and 2 months. Yeah. More batteries die in the summer than they actually do in the wintertime. Yeah, we're fielding. Yesterday we fielded over 100 calls from AAAs for service and tows.
Would you say that's the biggest thing? I know we keep talking over and over about things to keep out of your car when it gets this hot, but what can happen to our vehicle when it gets this hot outside?
Certainly the battery failures, number one.
Okay.
And then stuff that causes cars to just quit running. You know, sensors get hot and they quit working, fuel pumps, cooling systems. I mean, we had a lot of tows yesterday.
All right. So now people are broke down on the side of the road, but how do they get a hold of you guys so you can go help them?
During business hours, they can just call us at Westside Auto Pros. After hours, they can call us at 309-1911.
Okay, perfect.
24/7.
All right, so we got that out of the way. What can we talk about here this morning?
Well, I was going to talk a little bit about the Takata airbag recall and a little bit of an update on it. My concern with this is, and what I see is people are almost getting a little bit numb to it because it's been going on since November of 2014, and we hear about it. It's in the back of our minds, but you know, because it's drug on for so long, you know, people are getting a little desensitized to it, and it's still a really big deal, and it's still a big concern out there as to, you know, the safety of these vehicles.
We're talking millions of vehicles affected.
It's just mind-boggling. You know, the regulators estimate there's 85 million potential airbags that may need to be recalled.
Wow.
Unless Takata can prove that they're, you know, some of them are okay, some are good, and they haven't been able to do that so far.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm hearing from friends or even dealerships is that they might be aware of it, go and try and get a new airbag, but the parts aren't even available yet. So you kind of forget about it because you went and you tried and sorry.
Exactly. And to put it in perspective, I mean, we're talking about possibly 85 million airbags that need to be recalled. To date, I mean, we've been working on this since 2014. To date, they've done about 8 million.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
And they've got, you know, currently the regulators are requiring that all the defective airbags be replaced by 2019. So this is going to go on for a while.
So what do? Do you just keep checking back, or what do you recommend for people?
You know, I do recommend that. One of our shuttle vehicles, our van, was under the recall.
Oh, was.
And we got a card in the mail that said, hey, you know, call us, your airbag's here, come in and get your airbag replaced, and we did. And it was kind of ironic because they put the airbag in and then the light wouldn't go off. The one they put in was defective.
Nice.
So they kept it overnight and they put another one in the next day. But that happens sometimes.
Right.
So
now,
you will be notified.
One other question for you, quick. With all these airbags that need to be replaced, are there other airbag companies that are being created? Like maybe, is it a Takata or Ronkata? Just to replace the ones that are there?
You know, that's a great question, Lou. And there are 3 or 4 other airbag companies out there that make airbags. There's been talk of having them produce airbags for these vehicles.
The replacement ones?
Yeah. And that hasn't happened yet. But you also have to remember, you know, you put yourself in Takata's shoes. I mean, they've got to stay in business. They've got to stay viable. So not only are they producing replacement airbags, they've still got to fill orders for manufacturers for new airbags that are safe for the car. And some of the alarming stuff is, you know, as recently as this month, Audi, General Motors, Mercedes added 2.5 million vehicles to the list. I mean, it isn't like we identified them in 2014 and it's over. I mean, they've added them to the list. Another alarming fact was earlier this month, in June, Chrysler, Toyota, Volkswagen, and Mitsubishi all admitted that some of the new vehicles they're selling have the old style airbags in them. And
what do you mean the old style?
The ones that need to be replaced. They're selling new cars
with the old bags in them.
They can't get new ones for them.
They finished what was in the factory and got them out. And they're like, okay, now.
So the regulators are telling them that they have to recall those vehicles by 2018. Now I'm alarmed that's happening, but I'm not overly concerned because it's time that causes these to fail. Moisture builds up in the metal canister that actually explodes and deploys the airbag. And that moisture, when it builds up in there, causes rust and corrosion. So when the canister lets go of its charge, it explodes and metal fragments come out. And that's what's hurting people. There was a gal in Texas, a 17-year-old gal, that she was the 10th person in the U.S. to lose her life, and
my goodness,
that was within the last 30 days.
Don't they have those little packets like they have in some like pill bottles to absorb the moisture?
That's what they're putting in them.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
That's the problem. They didn't have desiccant to absorb the moisture, and the new ones do. That's the fix for it. Is the new airbags have that? So, but the best thing that people can do is, and they should do this with their car regardless. There's a website out there. It's www.safercar.gov. We've got a picture of it up here. But go to safercar.gov, and in the upper right-hand corner, you can see that box that says search for recalls by VIN. Put your VIN number in there. It'll tell you not only if there's an airbag recall on your car, but if there's any other recalls out there. And so that's a great resource. If you don't know where your VIN is or you have problems with the website, I mean, you can call Westside Auto Pros and I'll walk you through it or I'll do it for you. But and then do that maybe once a year or every 6 months, because like I said, some manufacturers just added 2.5 million cars. You might have checked last year and your car wasn't on there, and it could be on there now. But
now, how long do these folks have to replace these airbags? They can't just let this go on forever.
Well, 2019 is kind of the drop dead date.
That's their target date.
But we've only done 8 million out of potentially 80. I mean, it's a way to go. But something to keep in mind too, from people have asked me, what should I do? Should I park my car? Should I rent a car? Should I sell my car? And the thing to keep in mind is just be aware if your airbag's under recall, because you're not going to get injured unless you're in an accident and the airbag's deployed. So drive safe, drive defensively, and try to avoid an accident is the best advice I can give you.
That's a scary situation because accidents happen.
Well, they do, and oftentimes they're not your fault.
Right. Okay. Well, now people have more questions about this, or any questions in general. Can they still get a hold of you?
Absolutely. Okay. You can Google us, westsideautopros.com, askraroundthecarguy.com. Call me, text me. I'll answer airbag questions. We'll come replace your battery.
Once again,
I'm here to help.
If your battery does, die on you later on today, it's very possible. 225-9090 is during regular business hours. 225-9090, and then that emergency number is
309-1911.
Perfect. All right, Ron. Thank you so much, sir. Great job as always, buddy.
Thank you.